my class who wants to do some math. Mr. H, garage math, solve equations.
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. Just got back from the Sacramento A's, 12-10 in 10 innings they won. They had the world's worst pitching staff on the planet, and their hitters haven't been doing great, but they're starting to wake up. Rooker hit 2 home runs today. Bomb. He had no home runs coming into it, and he hit a 3-run Jimmy Jack walk-off home run for the win. So it was a 4-hour game. It took forever because their bullpen is really bad, but their offense kept answering. So go A's. Sharks are making a run. They're trying to get into the playoffs. I'm wearing this for good luck. And I went down to Cal Poly this weekend. Oh my gosh, I'm going back to school. Not like Rodney Dangerfield. I'm really going to go back to school because I'm jealous that my kids get to go to college because it looks like so much fun. Anyways, you guys all have that to look forward to. All right, quickly, before we get to math, because we know that's all you're here for, my name is Mr. Hendrickson. Have I introduced myself yet? I feel a little scattered, but that's okay. This is my garage. We're doing garage math. I do want to show you a couple roses. This is in my front yard. It's right outside my garage door. Beautiful, and this one smells really good. And this is an orange rose. I came across this a few years ago and planted it, and it's one of my favorites. So it's a kind of unique color. Roses aren't my favorite when it comes to landscaping. I might do like a video on all of the plants and flowers I have around my house because it's something that I like to talk about. Even if you don't care about it, you can always fast forward it to the math if you want. Volume, am I right? Okay, so anyways, these roses are beautiful. Let's see, sharks. I just finished a book, The Count of Monte Cristo. I think it's from like 1850, super old. It's in my Fab 3 books of all time. It's a really smart book. Like, you have to really pay attention, and you get to this one part near the middle, and you're just flipping back to who these characters are. It's good to have your phone, because I went on to Google, and I was like, who is this character? Because it's like, this happens, and then this goes like 18 years, he becomes a prisoner, and then he gets revenge on all these people, and then they talk about who these people were in the past, and it's French. The vocabulary is really good. So I give all of you double thumbs up for The Count of Monte Cristo. And it's like, that's an old book. It has to be dumb because old people are dumb. I get it. But it's a fabulous book. It's so good. I went ahead and bought his other famous book, The Three Musketeers. Now, I do like the candy bar. I think it's very underrated. You don't see any advertisements for Three Musketeers. I don't even know if it's named after those guys. I don't even know who the Musketeers are. I know who the Mouseketeers are. But the book's coming. I heard it's pretty good, so I'll give you a book review on the Three Musketeers. Hopefully they're as good as and creative and brave as the Three Amigos. Hey! Okay, there's the scattered ketchup. It's April. It's gorgeous outside. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All of you in school, you don't have much left, so finish strong into this year. Kind of fun school stuff. Sharks, right? Cal Poly. Okay, Chico. That's right. Let's get to volume. When you talk about volume, volume is measured by cubic units, okay? It's measured by cubes. So when you try to figure out volume, the difference between volume and area are very simple. Area is like two-dimensional. Volume measures the inside of something, okay? So if you want to take a bunch of sugar cubes, if you're in class, that's usually how they do demonstrations. They'll take sugar cubes or dice, and you kind of line them up, and then you stack them on top of each other, and you're like, how many dice or sugar cubes make this shape? And a lot of times you just do a rectangular prism because it's nice and clean. You can just line them up in rows and stack them. But then you have to do like a triangular prism, you can do an octagonal prism, you can do any prism that you want. So the key to this is you have to establish what the base is. So we're gonna talk about volume. We have 4 problems to do, and what I need all of you to do out there is to grab out a pencil, a notebook, and a calculator, okay? So we're gonna knock out these problems, we're gonna talk about volume. And then we're just gonna live life happily ever after. Just like area, you can have the different units. So one good example, like in real life, I know in a lot of the landscaping stuff that I've done, you call over to Hasties and you order bark and you order soil. When you call them up, they're gonna say, how much dirt do you need? And you're gonna go, I need a pile of dirt. And they're gonna go, that's fantastic. How many yards do you need? And when I started this whole thing, there's some noise that I can hear inside. Maybe it's upstairs. And when I started this whole landscaping thing, I was a total moron. And they would say, hey, how many yards of dirt do you need? And I go, I don't know what you're talking about. I know what a yard is. It's 3 feet. You take a big step, that's a yard. They're like, do you need 2 yards or 1 yard? I'm like, I need a pile of dirt. They're like, how big is the pile? I'm like, I don't know, enough to like put it down in my backyard. Well, how big's your backyard? I don't know, medium. And then after them hanging up on me like 10 times, I finally had someone tell me, like, you have to compute yards, and it's cubic yards. So imagine a yard, right? So you do a step this way, a step deep, and a step up. It'd be like a cube. And they would say, how much dirt can you fill in that cube? So think of it as a container, like a box. A cubic yard is basically 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet. Okay, so that's what a yard is. So now when you call and you say, hey, I want to put some bark down, I'll go, they charge you by the yard. It's $50 a yard. You'll go, hey, I want 7 yards. And then it's a certain amount of dirt or bark. Or rock, you order it in. I made a big mistake when I did my yard. If you get big river rock versus smaller rock, like 3/4 rock, the yards are different. So you would say, hey, well, 2 yards of this and 2 yards of that. They're not the same because they don't cover the same. If you get the big rock, you use way less. And I always will remember I ordered this rock for my yard. And what ended up happening is I didn't use like barely 20% of this big monster river rock, and it like they dumped it in my street and it went halfway across to the other side of the street. And I was like, how am I going to move this? And it's really heavy, and I tried to get as much out of the middle of the street as I could. It was in the winter and I had to go to bed because it was late, so I took some Christmas lights and I went wrapped around the pile that was in the street. It's a whole thing. So when you order yards of rock, not all size rocks are the same. I kind of asked the guy that, to be honest with you, and I was a little annoyed because he should have told me that. Now I know. So if you're going to order some rock, let me know because I can help you figure out how much. Cubic yards. Okay, so when we talk about volume, the formula is really simple. You're going to notice that that's a big B. A big B means the area of the base. Write that down. Area of the base. I know we think of B times H, base times height, which is area. That's a big B. So when you talk about the area of any shape, 3-dimensional, you have to figure out what the base is. Obviously, a prism's easy. It's length times width times height. Okay, so that's like the standard shape. The volume of a rectangular prism is length times width times height. It actually has like 3 bases. This is a base and that's a base. This is a base and that's a base. This is a base, that's a base. All you gotta do is multiply the 3 sides of a rectangular prism and you are done. When it comes to any other type of prism, it will have a base that will have a matching bottom and a matching top. So if you look at this, this is considered the base, okay? It has a matching bottom and a matching top. We talked about that with area, right? It looks like a piece of cheese. Well, you have to find the area of the base, and then you find the height, and you multiply them together. So you find the area of the base, and you just multiply it by the height. And the way you find which is the base, it's the one that has a matching bottom and a matching top. All right, let's go. Let's do some work. I feel like that was my most rambling opening to one of these ever, but I don't think I've done one in a while, and I felt like I had a lot to say, okay? I am a little hungry. I have some Panda Express waiting for me, orange chicken, so let's knock this out. Okay, now a cube is the easiest. Length times width times height. So the area, let's just call this the base, okay? The area of the bottom is 6 times 6, okay? So when you have a cube, all of the dimensions are the same. So you would have 6 times 6 times 6, okay? 6 times 6 is the area of the base times the height. 36 times 6, we get out our calculators. 36 times 6 is 216. Now, here's the trick. You have to put, that's not a very good one. That's a 3. Oh, shoot. That's even worse. You have to put the little 3. Why do you put the little 3? Because it's cubed. Remember, you measure volume in cubes, and that little 3, the way you would say it is cubed. The 2 is squared. So you have to have the 3. Area, you have the little 2 because it's squared. Volume, it's 3-dimensional. You have to have the 3 because it's cubed. That means if you had cubic feet, okay, 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot, you can fit 216 of them in there. Bonus question, how many cubes are in a Rubik's Cube? Think about the volume. Okay, All right, now let's talk about this. This looks like a piece of cheese. It is a triangular prism. What is the base? We've already talked about it. The base is this guy, because if you flopped it over, it'd have a matching top, okay? So you find the area of this guy, and if you flopped it over, think about it, that'd be the height. So the area of this times the height, now that's a triangle, base times height divided by 2, okay? So you have 8 times 15 divided by 2. 8 times 15 divided by 2. You guys should be playing along. 120 divided by 2 equals 60, okay? So 60 feet squared, I'll show you how you also have to have the 3. 60 feet squared is the big B, that's the base, okay? Hope I did that right, I'm going kind of fast. I feel good about that. Okay, now you multiply by the height. The height's 10 feet, okay? 10 feet, okay? 60 times 10 is 600. I'm gonna write it up here. And it's feet, much cleaner, 600 feet cubed. Now, this is sort of mathy, but whatever. Feet squared times feet. Feet squared times feet is feet cubed, because you have 2 of them here and 1 of them there, which makes 3 of them. Okay, so this triangular prism, the volume is 600 feet cubed. That means if you have cubic feet, you could fit 600 of them stacked in there, okay? Okay, I hope that's right. I did this preparation days ago, so I haven't really worked these out. Okay, this is called what type of prism on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Rectangular. You have different bases. This could be the base, and that could be the base, but why not just make this the base, because it looks like the bottom. And bottom and base kind of make you think the same. So this is the base. Remember, when you have a rectangular prism, it's just length times width times height, which that would just be the base, okay? 6 times 7, really it's just 6 times 7 times 9.5. 6 times 7 times 9.5. Let's just do it all together. 42 times 9.5, 42 times 9.5, 42 times 9.5 is 399 meters cubed. You have to do the cube, 399 meters cubed, okay? All right. Bump, 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 bump. Good. Now, we're going to do one more. I tried to do, they have like octagonal prisms and pentagonal prisms. Those ones, they usually just give you what the area of the base is, and then you just multiply it by the height, because this is kind of tough for the formula for those. And I tried to draw a couple of those, and I screwed them up royally. I realized I could do rectangulars, cubes, and I can do triangulars, okay? All right, hey, this is the last one. This is the very last one. So if you've been watching the show, at least stop, find a scrap piece of paper, and I want you to copy this down. Hopefully you can see that. That's 5 inches, which is the height of the triangle, which you need because it's the base. 7.4 inches is the base of the base. And the height would be 11 inches, because we would take this and go whoop. Okay, so we find the area of this triangle, and then we multiply it by the height. Okay, find the area of this triangle and multiply by the height. Okay, the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. 5 times 7.4 divided by 2. 5 times 7.4 divided by 2. 5 times 7.4. 7.4 times 5 is 37. 37 divided by 2. I'm pretty sure that's going to be 16. No, 15. 16. Yeah, 16. 37 divided by 2. 37 divided by 2. 18 and a half. I spent 4 hours in the sun today watching this really cool baseball game. I'm kind of embarrassed. I didn't know 37 divided by 2. So go ahead and just delete that part or edit it out. Okay, 18.5 inches squared is the area of the base. Multiply that by 11, okay? I don't think this is as pretty as it should be, so yours should be much better, okay? 18.5 times 11 equals 203.5. 203.5 inches cubed. Remember, volume is cubed, area is squared. I hope these are right. If they're not right, just go ahead and put them in the comments and say, yo, old man, that one's not right. But hopefully it is. Maybe I'll check it after this video is. I never go back and check these, so I haven't heard otherwise. Okay, that's it. That's the volume. Oh, you guys want to see what the last lesson is going to be? Maybe I'll do it in a couple days. Although I have it ready to go. I gotta go eat my orange chicken. I'm so hungry. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Now, the reason why you needed to know this is because when they built the pyramids, King Khafra, Pharaoh Khafra, he gave the little one to his wife, and he went ahead and filled it up with jelly beans. Happy Easter, everybody. So he had to know how many jelly beans to order. So he had to find the volume of the pyramid. Okay, so we'll talk about that next time. All right, hey, go Sharks, go Cal Poly, go Chico, go everybody, go all of you. Enjoy all the weather, and I hope everybody out there is doing great. It's time for me to go have dinner. Peace!